Okay, so what is the very first thought that pops up in your head when I say honor your cravings, eat the food? So I know there's lots of possibilities, and I'll be doing more videos on future potential thoughts, later on. But I'm guessing one of them is if I eat and honor my cravings, I will never stop eating. I will just be eating junk food all the time. And I understand, I've been there. I used to have the exact same fear. But you know what? Having that thought is actually kind of this big blinking red light of a signal that indicates that you very most likely have a poor relationship with food. That thought is actually that poor relationship with food talking that diet culture has created and that you have internalized at some point in your life. So think about it. When you're a little kid and a hardcore craving, like maybe for some candy comes on, do you ever think that you won't be able to stop eating it or that you will just eat candy all the time? No, right? Young kids are actually a great example of a good relationship with food. They're able to eat what they want, eat till satisfied, and then just move on. In many cases, even leaving some like cupcake left over on the plate. When we're always told that if food is bad, we can't have it or shouldn't have it, that is what creates that negative relationship with food and makes you want it even more. That generates those feelings of feeling like you'll never be able to stop eating it and crave it all the time. It puts it up on this imaginary pedestal and it creates this charge around it that just pulls us in hard. And it calls out to us like broccoli never does. When you do finally get a hold of that forbidden food, of course you're gonna feel that way around it. You also might be supercharging it by promising yourself something like, all right, well, this is the last time I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna be good starting tomorrow. I'm gonna do a sugar cleanse. So you're kind of planning future restriction in that moment. So your body is like, oh my gosh, eating this is like pure magic. Let's load up and eat as much of it as we can because we won't have access to it again in the future. Experts refer to this as Last Supper mentality. Actively controlling and restricting foods you love, either physically or mentally, like calling them bad or saying you shouldn't have them, that's what's driving those feelings of out of control around food. So the antidote to stop feeling like you would lose total control around things is to take it down off that pedestal. Think about it, talk about it, and treat it just like you would any other food. Like think of another food that you love, but maybe you don't deem it bad for you. When you don't restrict it in any way, you don't have those same crazy feelings around it, right? So it's not the food itself, it's the mental environment that you're creating around it. Honoring cravings is scary, and that's okay. It's totally normal to feel that way. I help clients through this every day in my coaching program using my mind, body, food method. So if that's something that could help you too, isn't it worth looking into? PM me and we'll set up a free mini session.